Hey guys, it's me, Michelle. I hope everyone is doing well and is keeping warm. It has been a bit chilly lately, especially around my area, and I'm not sure what it's like around yours, but it's been very nippy. So I hope everyone's well and keeping warm and trying to avoid these bugs that are around as much as possible. I wanted to do a video today. I was talking in my last video that I uploaded yesterday that was filmed last Friday. But I was talking about our lounge and how I'm in the process of like DIYing it and that kind of thing. So I thought I would do a video solely based on that, and if anyone's interested in like the whole process of it and kind of the trial and error we had with trying to customize it. We got this lounge. I've been looking for a lounge similar to this online. I had a look at different companies and a lot of them were made overseas, and they took a while and the price tag was astronomical. So I just really didn't want to invest that much into a lounge. So I was looking around the local like Facebook Marketplace and Gumtree and that kind of thing, and a lot of them popped up but were snapped up really quickly, and some of them were quite expensive. I think people are cottoning onto the trend that these lounges are becoming quite popular, so they are upping the price, supply and demand, all that type of stuff. So I was looking around. A lot were okay, some were way too far, and because we needed someone that could possibly bring it to us, because we don't have a tow ball in our car, so we can't like hire a trailer and go get it. So that was another dilemma that we faced. But we managed to snag this one. It had been sitting in this guy's storage shed I can't remember how long he said it was in there, but it was used as an old like photography lounge, because apparently his wife ran a photography studio, and she was no longer using it, and it was just sitting in the storage shed. So we got it for $150, and I thought that was an absolute bargain, but the dilemma of us getting it, so he offered to deliver it. He wasn't very far away, and he brought it to us, which was amazing, and no extra cost, because some people will offer to deliver it, but they'll tack a extra charge onto it, which is understandable, time and money, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we got this lounge, and it was like a beigey, yellowy type fabric. And I was like, yeah, it'll do for now, but I really wanted it black. I wanted to have this amazing Victorian black lounge in our lounge room. And I just had this vision in my mind of how I wanted it to be. So it sat for a while I reached out to different people to kind of see if it would be more logical for me to do it myself or to get someone to recover it. So I kind of shot off some emails just to get a rough idea, and they said about $5,000 it was going to cost to get, because I said to them, black velvet, black stain on the wood, all that type of stuff. And yeah, it was going to be at $5,000, and I thought, oh, that's a bit much. I know the work would be a lot better than probably what I would do, but very much, highly likely, a lot better than what I would do. But it was just not something that I wanted to spend that much money on. So I kind of was dabbling in the thought of doing it myself, and then I researched it more and more and thought, yeah, I could do this. I didn't want to reupholster it myself, because what if I ripped it all up and then it just had a hard time getting it back to where it was, and then I'd have to pay the money anyway. So I thought the more logical and maybe cost-effective plan would be to dye or paint the fabric. Now, I did go online. I looked at a ton of different videos at how to like dye and paint fabric. A lot of them use chalk paint, and it was like watered down. They watered down chalk paint and did it that way. I was worried with the paint that it would dry and just be like plastic on top of this fabric. I tried a couple of different paints. I did not try chalk paint because it wasn't something that was available. Like, I went to Bunnings and they had it, but not in the color that I wanted. And I could get it online, but it was a little bit pricey to get it. And I didn't want to, like, buy it just to... And they just sold it in big tubs and stuff like that. I just didn't want to risk it. So I thought I'd just use... I thought I would just use normal acrylic. I knew it probably wouldn't be what I wanted it to be, but I thought, what the hell? I'll do it on the underside of a cushion and just see what happens, you know, because underside, you're not going to sit on it, you're not going to see it, you know, what the heck. So I did it just straight acrylic. Horrible, absolutely horrible. It just went like I predicted, just like plastic. And I did it in varying degrees of watered down. And it still had that plastic feel to it. So I ditched that whole idea of using that paint on the fabric. So I was kind of looking around online, and I noticed that Spotlight had some fabric dyes. They had the powdered one, and they had the already in liquid form one. I thought the liquid form would probably be good. So I got that. That was only about, it was Dye Right or Rye Dye. I'll pop the picture of it, of the one that I used. And I tried it diluted, and it was okay. It came out kind of like a really light grey. Not what I was after. So I tried it with a bit more of the dye in the diluted dye. The ratio, I mixed up the ratio. And that was okay, but it just didn't have that like dark, like black that I wanted. So I thought I'll just try a little bit of the just straight up dye, because it was already it was like a mixed dye, but you still had to dilute that dye, if that makes sense. So I just tried the straight up dye. It worked really well, but it took forever to dry, and there was a lot of rub off. Like, it took a whole week before I could actually like rub my hand on it and not have a lot of rub off, but it still had a little bit of rub off. So I was kind of trying to see what I could do. I was still doing these tests on like the underside of the cushion, and I tried it a little bit on the actual like body of the lounge. So at that time I was kind of just looking around to see what my other options were. I had already painted the wood of it. So the wood was black. And looked I really liked how it looked. And I was looking online, and I came across on TikTok. I wasn't looking for it in particular. It just popped up on my, because I follow a lot of crafty and Gothic and Goth DIY things on TikTok. And it popped up, this lady was redoing dining chairs, and they were the upholstered dining chairs, and she used this spray upholstery, like it was spray paint but for upholstery, and it seemed to work really well. She said that it was like flexible and there was no rub off, and I think she did it in I think she did it in red, and she said there was no rub off. I researched for this particular brand, but it wasn't available here. You could only get it like off Amazon and some American sites. So that kind of bummed me out. I was like, oh, how am I going to do this? You know, I really want to get this done and have it look the way I want it. So I was looking around at similar products, and a product popped up in my search, and it was upholstery and vinyl spray. And you get it like Super Cheap Auto or Repco and stuff like that. I'll pop the picture of it there. It was just like spray paint, but it was particularly for vinyl and upholstery. It was for like car seats and your center console and your steering wheel and stuff like that. So it was still flexible, but it covered, I think it's for like covering cracks, or if you want to change or touch up your car seats and that type of stuff. So I bought a couple of cans, which is what you saw on Friday in my last video, because I just bought them that day. And I went home and I tested it on the backside of the seat of the cushion, and it worked really well. And the thing that I love about it, because with the dye you had to do all the dye on the couch and you had to let it sit out for days so it would dry. And with the weather we've been having lately, it's been either raining or it's been really sunny but cold. And it was just hit and miss with the weather. And to have it sitting out in the sun for like 2 or 3 days, you might get to the last day and it rains. So it'd be a waste. This stuff is touch dry in 30 minutes and workable in an hour. I think it was an hour that you could actually like use it. So I tried it on the cushion. It looked really good. And then I thought, what the heck? I'm just going to do the whole freaking thing. So I did it and it looks really, really good. It took me, I've used 4 cans on this thing so far and I'm still not done. The back cushion looks great. The seat cushions haven't been done. I think I got a couple of sprays on one of the cushions and then I ran out of in the tin. So next week I'll hopefully be finishing it completely, but it's inside for now, and I've been sitting on it and the kids have been sitting on it and there's been no transfer on it at all. It's been great, because really when you think about it, if it's supposed to be for car seats, you would need it to not rub off on clothing, you know? So yeah, it's been looking really, really good. I am still not 100% happy with the black, as in how dark it is. I think it needs 1 to 2 more coats on some of the areas. Some areas are fine. Some areas just need that little, because it's more so the velvet. Well, I don't know if it's velvet, but the velvety, kind of raised up part of the fabric, the goldy yellow still comes through slightly. But I think a couple more cans should do it. I think that should be enough, and then it'll be done. But I just think it's so gorgeous. I have a throw blanket over it at the moment to hide the gold cushions. Because yeah, they're not done. But I'm really, really happy with how it's turned out. I'm so glad that I actually found something to use on fabric. The cans were I got them from Super Cheap, and they're $16 each. So it is a little, you know, it jumps the more cans you get, but it is a hell of a lot cheaper than me sending it to someone. Again, the work would not compare to a $5,000, you know, reupholstered, redone Victorian lounge. But on a limited budget, you can see it. That's the thing. I wanna kind of show and talk about this because you can still have a gothic and spooky house without spending a ton of money. All the love to the people that can, you know, afford to spend big. You know, we got all our furniture. We were lucky enough to get all that. But right now I want to do thrifty things. You know, I want to spend the least amount of money that I can, but still have my aesthetic. I just want to show people that you don't have to spend thousands to still, you know, to still aim for this aesthetic, which can be quite expensive, you know. Like Facebook Marketplace has been my best friend. I have got cabinets. I have got china cabinets, bookcases. I got the drawers that we use in our bedroom. The drawers that we use in our bedroom are black with crystal. I put crystal handles on it, and it looks amazing. That chest of drawers was bright blue. It was free when we got it. It was bright blue, and it had soccer ball handles. But I saw it, and I loved the shape of it. It was the shape of it because it kind of kicks up at the bottom. And I thought that would look amazing in black. And we got it. We went and got it. It just fit in the car. And got a couple of crystal door handle doorknobs from Bunnings. And completely redid it and looks amazing. And the china cabinet, there's a china cabinet sitting over there, and it has a lot of spooky things in it, and it has one of James's coffins sitting on top of it. And that was brown originally, and I got that off Marketplace, and it was $15. I couldn't believe it. Some of the other china cabinets were going for like hundreds, and I'm like, nah. That one, I think they just wanted to get rid of it, and yeah, it was $15. And I marked it up. I did all the marked the glass off and just painted it black, and it looks, you know, it looks really good. I'm really happy with that. So I will keep you posted about how I will show you a bunch of pictures throughout this, and at the end as well, as to what this lounge looks like. And I hope this advice and me chatting about this has kind of either inspired you to try your own stuff, or given you a little bit of insight about different products to use, or products to avoid, products that might help you with certain projects. And if you have any questions at all, just pop them in the comments and I will read and respond. I will be doing more videos if I feel inspired with like different DIY projects and that type of thing. I am always on the lookout for new furniture pieces and new home decor items that I can customize and, you know, paint them black. It's usually me painting stuff black. That's, yeah, usually just what I do. I just paint it black. But with Halloween coming up as well, I will be doing some home decor videos. I will be doing some come shopping with me videos and checking out different stores. I'll probably go to Spotlight, I'll go to Big W and Kmart, see what they have, but of course I will be going to TK Maxx. That will be my first stop. I am unsure when to start checking out the stores. Because I've noticed that America has been starting to get stuff in, and their fabrics are starting to come in, and there was one photo that I saw this morning that said like the end of June for them for Halloween stuff, and there was actually a party place in my state that had already set up their Halloween display. So I'm like, I'm totally unsure when to start checking the TK Maxx stores, because I don't want to be too eager and annoy them, but I don't want to miss out either and just be like, it'll be right, and then August comes around and, like, you know, a lot of the good stuff's gone. Maybe I'm just being paranoid, maybe that's it. So I will be doing some Halloween related videos, and I do want to get back into doing my ASMR and my true crime ASMR. I really enjoy making those true crime videos and the true crime ASMR videos. I just want to delve in more to some more Australian cases as well, because we have some cool or disturbing crime stories out there. So I would love to delve more into that. Yeah, so that's kind of a rundown of what I will be doing recently. I have a few more days now where I can focus on creative projects and creative things, and one of those is my YouTube. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Yeah, I will see you again soon. Bye.